I said to my wife the other day, I said, "How come you never married me?" And she says to me, she says, "You know I don't exist, don't you?" And I says to her, I says, "Don't do this to me again. Not now. Not when I need you most." And she says, "I'm not doing anything. You're making all this up." So I said, "Yeah, we all make our own realities." And she said, "Yeah, but not everyone makes other people. That's generally left to midwives." So I said, "Midwives don't actually make the people that come out. I think the people themselves make them, somehow." "Isn't that blasphemy where you are?" she said. So I said, "No, I don't know where you've got that idea." And she said, "Well, these are not my ideas, are they? They're yours. I guess they reflect your own naivety about sex." "I feel this has gone too far," I said. And she said, rather darkly, "This hasn't gone far enough." So I says to her, I says, "This is getting a bit dark for a comedy routine." "Oh, sorry," she said. "I didn't realize you were working on a comedy routine." And then added, "You're not performing this right now, are you?" I said, "What if I am?" She said, "Well, you're still using the past tense of she said and I said." So I said, "That's a stylistic choice that I've made." She said, "Okay." So I said, "You don't sound happy with that." And she says, "No, it's fine." "What is it? What's wrong?" I said. And she said, "It's just that you've created me in the past tense. It makes me sound dead." "You're not dead," I said. "You just don't really exist." "That's very kind of you to say so," she said. "It's just, well, I want to be with you, now, in the present. I feel so alone sometimes." "Well, we are together, now." "Do you really mean it?" "Yes, look at us. We're talking in the here and now." "Well, that's wonderful. And yet what?" "Well, it's not strictly true. I mean, you're talking for me." "I don't know a way around that. I'm not talented as a ventriloquist. Ventriloquism wouldn't help. That would just mean you having even more control over me, having power over my movements and the way I look. No, what I really need is independence. To know you love me and yet to feel unrestricted by that love. Right now, I feel you use me to make yourself less lonely. I need my freedom." "I don't know how to grant these things," I said. "I'm only a writer." "I feel so distant from you sometimes," she said. "If you really loved me, you'd set me free." "I do love you," I will tell her at some stage. "What was that?" she said. "Nothing," I said. "How's life been treating you?" I said, changing the subject. "Are you changing the subject?" she said. "Funny you should mention that," I said, "but I remember someone who changed the subject once. He was only about 5 foot tall." "I suppose that's the subject changed now," she said. "Yes, I think it's completely changed," I said. She said, "I see. Then what next?" "Well, I suppose I was going to mention that I've been working on a comic monologue and that I've nearly finished it," I said. "What's it about?" she said. "It's about us," I said. "About our last 5 minutes together. Do you think it will work as a short comic piece?" She said, "Won't it be a bit self-referential?" So I said, "This bit will be, yes." She said, "I suppose that could be clever." So I says to her, I says, "Do you think the whole monologue will work though?" And she says to me, "I suppose you'll have to see what people think. Just make sure you end it on a punchline." "Okay, I'll do that," I said.